white supremacist means you're a patriot. So I have a sign that I do carry sometimes, and I say proud white supremacist, because a white supremacist is a patriot. And I don't appreciate defining people by their race, by their sex, by their beliefs, by their values, etc. We are all Americans.
I guess she thought she was clever, but my biggest thing, aside from obviously it was, ridiculous, is what is a patriot? What is that supposed to mean? And who owns the term? Because are Black Lives Matter, or are people who are a part of those groups, are they patriots? Are people who fight for their minority groups, are they patriots? People who fight for $15 minimum wage, like increased access to healthcare, better, more modernized education system, are they patriots? Or are they, just like left-wingers, liberals, who you're sticking it to, all of those things in line. But all in all, again, also notice that she said, I'm a minority and I personally have never experienced racism in this one singular town, which again just goes to show that her thought process is, right in there. And so, but it's the thought process that is millions of times over with people all across the nation, because a lot of people live in communities where they personally don't see these things. So like things like police violence. Well, in my community, I'm friends with the police officers. When I call them, they really come and help. We have a good relationship. So they don't really understand how, when they see it from the outside looking in other communities, that it's a totally different dynamic.
Hi, this evening your Asian anchor mentioned something about being Asian and Asian people eat dumplings on New Year's Day, and kind of take offense to that, because what if one of your white anchors said, well, white people eat this on New Year's Day? I don't think it was appropriate that she said that, and she was being very Asian, and I don't know. She can keep her Korean to herself. All right, sorry, it was annoying. Because if a white person would say that, they would get fired. So say something about what white people eat. So, all right, thank you.
You are allowed to say that dumplings come from Asia and that tacos come from Mexico and kebabs come from the Middle East. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And by the way, as a Turk, I can say kebabs come from there or gyros come from there, although Greeks might disagree. Okay. And it's okay if a white person says that. That is also true. Although ironically they don't. Tucker Carlson, I say they kiddingly, Tucker Carlson once claimed tacos are not from Mexico, that they're American food. Okay, that's news to the Mexicans. And by the way, are you allowed to talk about white food? Of course, what's white food and why is it not allowed? Are you allowed to say, for example, hamburger comes from Hamburg and hot dogs used to be called Frankfurters because they come from Frankfurt, a very white German cities? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Who's stopping you? Okay, but I don't know, maybe I should keep my Turkish to myself. Keep your Korean to yourself? Do they not hear themselves? Your anchor is being very Asian. What did you want her to be?
You guys know you're the problem, unfortunately.
Stop. Let's go. Let's
out of my bar.
We got it.
You guys are the problem. You are the problem. Get your white out of my bar. Don't call me kidding me. You call me the N-word, then it will be a on site the next time. Don't. You ever get the my friends or my face.
Miss, please, we really need you falling up behind me. Everything else is safety. I don't want you in my face.
I'm not in your face. We're not dangerous.
Okay. Your word it doesn't mean anything to me. Okay, could you please just back
My word doesn't mean anything?
No, you're rolling up. I can touch you.
cannot.
This is my safety, okay?
This is your safety? What do you mean?
asked us to
the
move.
weapons on, dude.
I don't care. I don't know you from Adam. You might have weapons on you. Hey, then let us conduct our job and stay away. Thank you. I don't know what transpired there, but the manager asked you to leave.
I'm actually one of the managers as well.
Jamala, why do you call the owner?
I did. He told me to tell you to leave and call the cops.
Come here.
He doesn't need to come here. He told me to tell you to leave.
Come here.
He doesn't need to be here. He doesn't need to be here.
Only white people could get away with so dumb, man.
White people get away with what?
Yeah, exactly.
I love how now it's always a white person problem.
No, we're not doing that right now.
Right?
No, yeah, we are. Because you
Right?
just went there.
You did. You went there.
Stop. You need to go.
I'm sorry.
I just, like, get her out of the bar, de-escalate the situation. Like, yeah, like these videos, I mean, there's like 5 pitches with these kinds of women every single day in our production meetings. Yeah, it seems to be a very specific issue with a very specific demographic. I don't know, I'm kind of basing it on anecdotal evidence because there hasn't been scientific studies into it, but it seems to be an entitlement issue that a very specific demographic has.
Yeah, we're gonna commission a study on Karens. So look, guys, I actually think this is a great video because it shows you excellent example of how cops treat different races. So notice the cop did not get triggered when the white lady called the black lady the N-word. He was nonplussed, but he didn't, no reaction, no nothing, right? He didn't find that to be outrageous. He's just removing her because the business owner says she's trespassing now, and that's his job. He has to do it, but he not any outward sign of being outraged by that. The black lady mentions white people getting away with stuff. All of a sudden, the cop's super pissed.